All right, so right now I am 4 days out from my first ever bodybuilding show. Yesterday was a really tough day. I had my lowest calorie day yet, which was 1,600 cals, which is about a 1,500 calorie deficit for me. So I'm gonna be flat as a motherfucker today. I had a little bit of carbs this morning, but I don't think that's really gonna hit the system. My muscles are just like swallowing everything up and just kicking it out basically. But I have a push day today, which is gonna be my final push day of prep, and probably my last like harder workout of prep, because the last few days is kind of just like getting a pump, getting blood flow. And then I've been on about an hour and a half of cardio a day. So definitely pretty taxing, but I decided to do this last minute. So I'm paying for it, you know, going overdrive on everything, but about to jump into a little dumbbell warm up, get some blood flow in the rotator cuffs and shoulders. And then we're gonna jump into some incline pressing. So let's get after it. I should be doing this with some cables, but I'm lazy and I just do it with dumbbells, even though it's not ideal, but gets a little blood flowing. So, god damn. I thought this was a 25 and I was like, I gotta go down to the 20s, but it's a 20. That's a bad sign. That means I am depleted. On the bulk, I'll pick these things up and I'm like, literally won't even feel it. Ah, shit. I'm always getting hooked on machines with this big ass gym bag. All right, so we're gonna start out with, I always start out with an incline press on my push days, really just focus on the upper chest and shoulders. And what I notice is when I get super lean, my stability goes to shit. So like dumbbell pressing is the worst, and even barbell. So lately I've been trying to use some more machines like Smith machine and just like any incline pressing machine. So we're about to start out on this thing, just gonna get warmed up and then probably do about 2 sets of 8 here. So let's get into it. Oh. This machine's kind of heavy, low key. It's sick. I like shooting low when you get these lights and the fan and stuff in it. It's so cinematic. Such a sick look. Nice little set of 10, so we'll probably do at least one more here. I like doing 2 sets per movement and more movements, because I usually go for about 6 to 8 sets total. But I might be going up to 3 sets today. I'm just gonna go based off how I feel today. So, whew. I'm cooked. God damn. That gets heavy quick, and I literally have 0 stamina. Like when I'm bulky, I keep the weight the same through all my sets. And when you're this deep into a deficit and this lean, you literally just like gas out so fast. It's ridiculous. That's insane.
What's your best advice when starting a social media online presence?
So there's definitely a lot that goes into it, a lot more than the outside person really thinks. And it's a forever changing industry. So Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all these social platforms are completely different than what they used to be 5 years ago. You used to post a picture once a week, that was it. Now it's so saturated, you have to post like 3-4 times a day on every single platform. And instead of just posting a picture of your physique or showing what you look like, you really have to provide value and, you know, show your personality. You have to show your personality, be entertaining, be motivating, and kind of provide more value to people. And I think that's how people really start to connect with you and really look forward to seeing your content when you're releasing it. So I would say just keeping an eye out on seeing, you know, how everything is shifting and changing, really being your authentic and true self, and providing value to people in any way that you can. Also, another tip when it comes to like the actual growth and posting side specifically, once you find something that works, keep capitalizing on it and running with it. You see, they do the same things in every different industry, even with movies. You know, you find something that works and you keep milking it out and doing it in different ways because you already put something out that people know and love. So yeah, I'd say that's probably the best tactic to growing as fast as you can.
One more.
Whew. Failure has been achieved. All right, next movement. We're just going to cable flies. I think I'm gonna go into cable flies.
What's your real job?
What's my real job? Probably 100 different things, you know? I went from skiing into the fitness industry, and I'd say the past 5 to 6 years of my life, fitness has been the thing I put majority of my focus, energy, and effort into. But now I'm definitely transitioning more into acting, movies, as well as being on the producing side of things. So I wouldn't say it's just like one title. Jack of all trades, really. Can someone explain to me how I find one of every single different handle and I can't find one matching set? This is ridiculous. Right now we're going into seated cable flies, which is one of my favorite movements for chest. I don't like to do too much high to low just because I want to focus on the whole chest, and I'm like always primarily trying to get more of the upper. So I kind of go more straight across, and then at the end I kind of like squeeze up a bit. We're going to go a bit higher volume here. So 2 sets of 10 to 12, and then I'll do straight incline cable flies for another 2 sets. So let's get it.
How old are you?
It's a tough one, guys. Gotta do some calculation. I was never a math guy. So let's see, 2002, January 18th, 24 years old. Hell yeah. We just found out that bro has the same birthday as me. Let's go, baby. January 18th. That's crazy, dude. Holy shit. One other thing, are you still filming?
Yeah.
Another thing that's pretty crazy is my grandfather on my dad's side was also an identical twin. So Devin and I are second generation Fagan twins, and their birthday was January 19th. So one day off from Devin and I. Pretty crazy, almost born on the exact same day. God damn.
What are your thoughts on peptides and PEDs?
Peptides and PEDs, I think if you are a competitive bodybuilder, it's obviously something that makes sense. I think peptides are the future though. There's definitely some crazy benefits and things they can help with, especially stuff like BPC, TB500, retatrutide for fat loss, and even the stuff that they're talking about developing with lowering your myostatin. So if you guys don't know, myostatin is basically determines your genetic potential and like how much muscle you can put on your frame. So if you ever see like a jacked as fuck cow or kangaroo, they're not going to the gym working out. That's because their myostatin levels are off. So I've heard that some of the research and stuff they're developing is to lower your myostatin on. So you're just gonna go about your day and be able to just start like building muscle on your frame and then take retatrutide and get shredded as fuck. So definitely something to look out for the future, but also, you know, there's still a lot of research that still needs to be done and still could be harmful things like lead and other things in peptides. But I definitely think there's crazy potential. Drop set.
Do you want to incorporate skiing into your movies?
Yeah, I think it would be really cool because that really hasn't been done before. And I'd really want to make it, you know, more story driven and narrative driven. But in everything that I create and want to make, I want to pull things from my life, you know, and I think that's something of like true substance, because if it's meaningful to me and something that I can connect and relate to, I think millions of other people will. And it doesn't get more true and real like that when it's coming from a place of within and when you have true conviction to do something. So kind of like any storytelling and things I do are from many different aspects of my life, and it's accumulation of incorporating everything that I've like seen and been through, as well as these like future ideas and concepts that come to me. but doing something correlated with skiing is definitely a goal of mine. I want to check off the list at some point. Shit. You guys might notice on some of my benching and lateral raises, my shoulders get super uneven. And that's because I've had over 10 dislocated shoulders and then torn my rotator cuff, my right shoulder. So it's like super uneven. And my like right trap sits higher. So I'm like trying to force it down and I just end up doing this shit. So.
How many times have you been injured?
So majority of my injuries came from skiing, but I've done 10 dislocated shoulders plus on my left shoulder, fully torn labrum, obliterated rotator cuff in my right shoulder, 2 knee surgeries, fractured femur, partially torn labrums in both of my hips, fractured ankles, fractured thumb, fractured wrist, herniated discs in my spine, from lifting, partially tore my pec, like bunch of strains everywhere, and then concussions, probably more that I'm missing. Some of the worst injuries weren't even like full tears or breaks, but a lot of people ask like, how am I still able to train heavy and, you know, power lift and do all these things? And the #1 key is to keep your body moving and get blood flow. I know people that have dislocated their shoulders twice and they're like, I'm never gonna flat bench again. And it's because they stopped doing the movement. When you get injured, you wanna go right back to getting blood flow in that area, getting the range of motion back, and now I can do pretty much all my movements pain-free. So stay moving, blood flow is key. So this shit's pretty crazy, but on my last knee surgery, they took out a piece of cartilage because it's literally just like obliterated in my knee. They're growing it in a lab in Boston right now. And I literally have to get another surgery where they put it back in my knee. And they're doing the same thing to Devin too. So hopefully they don't like mix their shit up and then have a piece of each other inside of us. Pause. Ouch.
When are you shooting your next film?
Right now, my main focus is finishing off the film that we shot back in May, which has been a really long process because so much goes into making a film. So many people have to come together from really all over the world. We have worked on this project, but I'm currently writing a movie that I would really like to shoot in the spring/summer of next year. So there's a lot of things that kind of have to fall into place for that to happen, but that's really the plan for right now. Whew. I'm weak. Damn.
Can you do a short cinematic video like you did in the Christmas video?
I think that's up to this guy, Mr. Austin over here, who's clipping me up. So let me know how it comes out. But one thing I do love is capturing like completely different vibes in every video. So like, you know, filming videos during Christmas or Halloween, capturing the summer aesthetic and the winter aesthetic. I really like switching things up. I think everybody who has the exact same vibe 24/7 gets kind of old kind of quick. And I know for me, it's just personally like way more fun to play into those, you know, different things. So next Christmas. Almost flipped the machine over. I don't know if you saw that. That thing's like tilting up. Basically, I have no hammy and glute because I took so much time off training during this film that I lost primarily like all my legs. Now I'm trying to rebuild it. Last year, actually, I was really considering doing a bodybuilding show just because I was so shredded. And it's kind of always been in the back of my mind, but I'm such a competitive person. I'm like, if I go into something, I go all in. I want to go to the top. And I just don't know if I have the genetics to be on the Olympia stage. I know with 100% certainty I could get my pro card, but I just don't know if I want to do what it entails with blasting steroids like that and killing my health to get to that point when I have interest in so many other fields, such as like acting and movies and action sports. But my girlfriend was doing the show and I'm already pretty lean. And I'm like, you know what, screw it. Let me just try it out, see what the judges think of my physique. And I kind of just wanted to like push it a little bit and see, you know, what will it look like if I take something like this serious. But I'm really kind of doing it like no pressure, just for fun. And you might be saying, Kiernan, why didn't you take us along through a full prep series? Like I would have loved to have seen that, but I made this decision like 2 weeks ago. So 10-day prep, here we go. Don't skip your triceps. All right. Some posing in the posing room. Sound good?
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Whew.